Wow. I wore this in honor of you, by the way.
Did you?
Yes. I mean, I had to. I've been a fan of yours for, what, 25 years or so? 20? I don't want to age myself, but...
It makes us 50, right?
What was that?
It makes us 50,
Exactly.
right?
There you go. Or a little bit less. Wow. Okay, guys. Thank you guys for all coming. This is so exciting.
All right.
Wow. I don't think this guy needs much of an introduction, obviously, right? He's NBA Hall of Famer, 5-time NBA champion, the greatest rebounder of all time, and of course the BFF to the biggest supreme leader of North Korea, or the leader of North Korea.
It's all good.
So, without further ado, look who we got here, guys. Dennis Rodman.
All right. Well,
Here we
Hollywood,
go.
huh? This is Hollywood?
What is what? Hollywood?
This is Hollywood, right?
It was
California,
a
right?
Century City. We're kind of close to Hollywood. More like Beverly Hills.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Are those
I have-
all cell phones?
Oh, yeah.
You use every single one of them?
Yep.
Is one for
Don't,
Kim Jong-Un?
Kim Jong-Un.
I have to look at my notes. I always...
Just my burner phones, man. Burners,
Wow.
People check on me, stuff like that.
Wow.
The government, they do check up on me.
I'm sure. My God. Do you have like one for family, one for for North Korea, one for Donald Trump, that kind of thing?
What?
What?
No, I just got one for my kids. Each of my kids.
Those are your kids.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Look, touchy right here.
I know it's very
touchy, huh?
sensitive. This
Right.
thing. Do you guys hear us over here? Okay. Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, I mean, there's so much to go through with you. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, like I said, you're a man of many, many traits and very fascinating. But I'm going to start with, I guess, the beginning. How about this? You're a guy who was not really bred to be a basketball player, right? And then at 19, I heard you grew a foot, and then decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go to college now and become a basketball player. When you didn't really have the upbringing of that, you kind of had a difficult, to say the least, upbringing. Was there somebody or something that kind of came to your brain, or somebody, a coach, who said, you know what? Now that you are tall enough, let's try for this, or what was?
What was the reason?
What made you at 19 when you grew, like you said to yourself?
19, that was unfortunate. The fact that, my mother's like 5'5", my sister's like 6'4", 6'3". I was like 5'6" at the time, and when I was 18. So 19, something happened, and grew, and basically, once I grew to 6'8", I went to jail.
I thought you went to jail like 70 times, right?
Oh my God, yes, a lot. I went to jail a lot.
So by 19, how many times were you in jail already, or like arrested?
I don't know, about 30 times.
30 times?
Yep.
For
Just little stuff, just little petty stuff.
Oh wow.
Little petty stuff, in the project, because in the project you don't have too many things to do like you do here in Hollywood.
Right.
So you don't have too many things to do when you live like on a day to day. So.
Right. So then, was there a person then who said to you, you know what, let's start applying to these colleges for basketball, or was it just in you, like you wanted to do it and you started to do it? Like, what made you decide to take this seriously now?
Well, I didn't pick up basketball till I was like 21. 21, that's when I grew, and I was just, like I said, living in projects is very difficult.
Right.
When you have no escape, no outlet and stuff like that, when you go in your house every day, and you watch your mother and father selling cocaine every day, stuff like that, and you basically don't know which direction you're gonna go, right?
Right.
So basically, every day when I see my family selling cocaine, selling drugs every day,
Oh my God.
but the reason I kept going straight, I never made that right turn to go and try to sell drugs. And every day I jump the fence every day, run to the rec park, play basketball every day. So basically, I got founded at a rec center.
At a rec center. So you just so before you had that growth spurt, basically, you were playing recreationally. But then when you were in college, you were able, in a very short period of time, like 2 years, go to be an All-American basketball player. So something obviously you obviously had a lot of discipline and a lot of work ethic to work that hard to get to that place, right? So because this whole podcast is really about the habits and hustle of people like you, right? You obviously have a lot of hustle, and you must have some good habits, right? So can you talk about a little bit what your habits were at that young age, because you were still in your 20s?
Well, I wouldn't call it habits, but I call it like just knowing what to do and when to do it. And once I got to college, I started to pick up some good habits and stuff like that. Instead of having the bad habits, of course, like trying to get in trouble a lot. Now, obviously, I went from going from being in jail and almost in prison, going to being something productive in life. And so basically, somebody had a hand on my shoulder and said, you got to go this way.
Right.
You got to go this way.
And
so
you kept on going that way.
I kept going this way. So basically, when I got to college, I started to have a routine. I got into a routine every day.
What was your routine?
My routine is more like, get up in the morning, go work out. Basically, just some same usual things. But once you get into playing basketball, you know how to structure your body in a certain way.
So what exactly was the routine physical? Let's go with the physical, because you're a specimen. I think naturally and genetically you already have a certain body type, right? But what was the actual physical regimen that you did that kind of kept you on point? Like, walk me through, like, from you woke up at what time? Like, that kind of thing. And you did what? What was the first thing you did in the morning?
First thing I did in the morning?
Yeah.
You really want to know?
I sure do.
First, these guys are fucking nuts. The first thing I did in the morning, I got up at 5:30 in the morning. I get up, I guess have some milk or orange juice at the time.
Okay. Not the same now, I guess, right?
So I did that. I go out, go in the fields, go get the cows, cut the ice, castrate calves and stuff like that before I go to, this is before I go to school and stuff like that. So basically 5:30 to 8:30, I'm out in the fields, getting on the lawnmower, tractors, stuff like that, and just, doing my daily duties. And then when I go to school, I go to school, go to practice. I do the bike for an hour a day. I lift weights for an hour a day, and after that, routine every day.
Every day. So I guess I guess you're talking about, I read, and I've heard you say this many times, that the rich family were the first people who kind of gave you that structure, right?
Oh, that structure, big time.
And so before that, before you met the rich family who kind of took you in and you did all those I guess that morning ritual as farming. Before that, did you still have that? Did you have discipline already, like built in, or that was the first thing that kind of gave you that discipline?
Well, they built that into me. Discipline is living in the projects. You didn't have none.
Right.
Pretty much with your hair cut off in the projects, pretty much. So, but once I got down into the rich family, they taught me discipline, taught me how to be an actual human being, pretty much. So, no matter what color I was, but they gave me some type of discipline and some type of structure to follow.
Right.
Because at that time in my life, I could have went to jail or prison very easy, very easy. I wouldn't be here today, but they gave me that discipline and the structure, and it just kept ingraining to me every day, over and over. This is the way it is. This is the way life is. You don't have to go back in the ghetto. You don't have to go back in the streets. You don't have to live homeless. No, this is the way life is. Okay, be productive.
Right. So they gave you that first kind of inkling to become that mentally that discipline. So then, what was the difference then? Okay, if that's physically, that's what happened then. So you took that and you kind of took it along with you when you went into the NBA.
Right.
What was the routine? Was your routine different? Like, how was your routine different, and what did you do physically, mentally, to kind of keep yourself mentally fit and physically fit while you were playing in the NBA?
Well, mentally, I kept myself together because I didn't want to go to jail. Pretty much, that was my mentality, to be bad.
Right.
So basically, that's my mentality, to be so bad. Just getting all these crazy things, do this, do that, because it seems so much fun.
Right.
But now I had to change my whole life around and try to structure where I didn't know anything besides living in the projects at that time. We didn't get to go to the mall and stuff like that. We didn't get to do all this stuff. Hell no.
No, I didn't think so.
We had to go behind closed doors, stuff like that. So, but as far as me being in that structural frame of mind to always stay on that right path, I had to sit there every day and keep thinking, going over and over about one thing.
Okay.
I'll keep talking. How can I keep talking? You right in my face.
Yeah.
Shit.
It's true. I don't even know.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, so anyway, lost my train of thought.
Me too. Where were we again? I think we're talking about Where were we? And
mentally trying.
Mentally trying to like talk about focus and discipline. That kind of threw us both off. But we're talking about in the NBA how you were trying, how your routine was maybe different as you kind of got more and more further into your career. Like how you trained to be a professional to be like the best rebounder of all time. You must have had some kind of structure that you did.
Yeah, that was structure with all the guys around me and stuff like that. But like, when I went to the NBA, I was so green. I didn't know anything about the NBA. I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play. I was just so hyper. And once I got to the NBA, a lot of guys just structured me in the same sense as the rich family. I went from being a ghetto kid to like almost a normal kid. Now I'm becoming a man now in the NBA. So I had to do all this in 3 years.
I mean, that's amazing.
All this in 3 years. So it's like going from there to there. So basically, when I got in the NBA, the first 3 years, I had to mentally try to keep myself not being so overwhelmed about just being there. And so I think a lot of guys helped me out as far as like just keeping me mentally prepared, keep my mind focused on what I have to do as far as outside of basketball and in life.
Do you have any like mental tricks that you can share with us that you would do to kind of keep you that focused and that disciplined?
mental tricks. I think we all got mental tricks, right?
We should. That's why. That's why I want to ask you, someone who's the best rebounder.
Well, I'll put it like this. One thing I don't do very often. I don't use the phone very often.
You don't?
No, I stay off that as much as I can.
You have 11 of them.
Well, pretty much. So
Yeah.
I try to stay off this as much as possible. The only time I need to pick this up is my kids and money.
That's it?
That's about it, man. So that's true shit.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Like,
So, but but even like when I was in the NBA, once I got my feet on the ground, then I started to really focus on my mental comparison, my mental mind frame as far as like how can I sustain this? How can I sustain this 9-10 months out of the year?
right.
How can I sustain this? So basically, I just kept training my mind to say, okay, this is what I have to do. This is what's going to happen. Okay, great. I need to stay here. I need to stay on board on this right path. I got to stay here. I can always curve around and do other crazy shit. But as far as like me trying to be mentally prepared for life, I got to understand my mind comes first.
Right.
My mind comes first. It runs everything. It runs everything in your body. You know, without blood, your mind don't work.
Right. Absolutely.
Pretty much. So it's like that. So I always keep my mind, try to keep it breathing. You know, keep it breathing naturally. I don't need anything to force my mind to go that position. I don't want any substance to go in my body as far as like drugs, pills. No, I want to mentally keep myself healthy up here first.
Absolutely.
Up here first. So.
I understand that. So you're saying you try to keep yourself, and I'm a big, that's what we talk about a lot. I'm a big believer that it's not really it's not the physical, it's all about your mental. And if you have to have a strong mindset, you can kind of do anything. Right. But like, so you basically did a lot of self-talk to yourself. It sounds like you talk to yourself a lot.
I do a lot.
Yeah, you do a lot. Yeah, you talk. Me too.
I'll tell you one thing. People catch me sometimes and say, who the fuck are you talking to? I said, I guess me. I guess me. You know, but I just walk around talking to myself. Even when I walk around the mall, I just talk to myself.
Do you give yourself good answers?
I give myself so good answers.
Exactly.
It seems like kind of works sometimes because
yeah.
I'm still here.
You are still here, exactly.
Here, so it kind of works sometimes. But it's good to talk to yourself. What do they call it, sixth sense?
Yes. That's not really what they call sixth sense, but sixth sense when you have like I don't know the exact definition, but when you have like an intuition of something.
Right.
Yeah. But you must have a good intuition. I mean, to do what you did so well. I mean, I heard that you would study the rotation of the ball by everybody on your team and everybody else on everyone else's team constantly.
Oh, always.
Constantly,
yeah.
And that's how you became the best. What I think is really interesting about what you did specifically was that you had that most unselfish position in basketball because everyone's looking for the shooter all the time, and you literally made everybody else look good by doing what you did so well.
Right.
And I think it's the most unselfish, basically, task in basketball.
That's like part of life. Life is like that too.
You think so? How so? Life
is like that. You know, if you ever look at life today, if you ever go home, and even in the mall here, you ever notice one thing, that the fact that we as parents, we're not as selfish like we used to be. It's our kids. our kids are like mom and dad.
Right.
You know, we're like, oh wow. You know, so now we got to teach ourselves again how to be parents again, because kids are growing up so fast. So fast, it's more like, okay, great. Now we got to mentally prepare ourselves how we're going to handle the day's work, the day's workload. So that's a hard job in itself. Basketball, sports is easy.
That's true. I think
Sports
being a
is-
parent can be one of the hardest jobs in the world.
World, mentally wise.
100%. Are you saying that you think that being a parent today versus back then, people are much more like it's harder today or harder before? What you were saying?
I say it's harder today.
I think it's hard with all the different influences that coming into people's lives.
It's very hard today.
Yeah.
Very hard today. Yeah.
You know, I read that also Phil Jackson said that you were the greatest talent he ever coached, ever. What do you think of?
That was cool though. He said that because he had Michael Jordan, Scottie, Pippen. He had a lot of
That's why.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he had the greatest athlete on the planet, Michael Jordan.
Exactly. It's not like it's my coach from my high school. I'm talking like Phil Jackson had the best of all time, and he said that you are the greatest talent. That's a major, major compliment.
Yeah, I think Phil smoked too much weed. So what the fuck, man? But he used to do that. But no, I just think that Phil really understand the fact that I was really, really mentally balanced as far as like living life. I just really didn't structure on any particular part of my life. I just pretty much just went through life as far as, okay, great, I'm free, I'm happy, love is good, everything is okay, no one's dying, I'm healthy, great, love. I think he loved about me because I live life.
You sure do.
I live life.
Not just lived, you do live life.
I live life.
I mean,
So,
I think what makes you so unique and so fascinating, and why I'm so happy that you're here, is that you've kind of transcended basketball into becoming a pop icon in a way. I mean, no,
that's kind of weird, huh?
it is kind of weird,
Of
right?
of all people, right?
Well, I mean, the fact that I remember you as a little girl because of your blonde hair, your green hair, your red hair, and I mean, between the fact that I don't even think of you so much sometimes even as a basketball player. I think of you as literally like a pop icon. You do not just reality TV, all the other things. Like I feel like you've become like a caricature in a sense of you. Like people like, look at this. Like look at my shirt.
I know, right?
It's like, how many people can say this?
I know. That's kind of when it's almost like an enigma.
You are like an enigma.
Like an enigma, right? So basically, what you see today, I did that 25 years ago.
That's so funny you said that.
It's funny that I probably been dressed today. Did that 25 years ago.
You are ahead of your time.
I was too easy.
You were exactly.
That was too easy, man. It was just way too easy.
We were just saying that. I was saying that to someone. We were talking about that yesterday. That when you had the wedding dress on, right? Of course, and you marry yourself.
Right.
And I think back then people looked at it like you were the craziest person alive.
Right.
But if you did that today, in today's time, the whole movement now is about like self-love and loving yourself and being free and being who you are and being authentic. You would have been praised and thought of as like a pioneer in it. But back then, I mean, you were looked at completely different. Right. So I think you really kind of were. That's what I think makes you this pop icon, and why you transcend basketball is because you literally were somebody ahead of their time in a lot of different ways. Like you were so free. You like basically, you kind of lived from the outside, from the inside out, and a lot of people don't do that. They have a shell.
A lot of people didn't know what I had on me back then. They didn't know what to take of me, because I was doing all the glittered hair, the women's clothes. I wear like, I do a lot of drag and
Yes.
stuff like that. People didn't know how to handle me. That's why San Antonio got rid of me, because they knew that I was going to drag clubs. They said, well, you got to get your ass out of here because you're not with the Bible. I said, okay, great, thanks. Thank you, Chicago.
Right.
So, thank you for saving me. But,
Good save.
But I did when I was in the NBA, when I started doing my nails, my hair, the piercings, the tattoos, the NBA sat me down and said, Dennis, you know what? If you get me any more tattoos, we're going to kick you out the league. It's a true story.
Really?
It's a true story. They told me if I got any more tattoos, they're going to kick me out the league.
And what happened?
I kept getting tattoos.
Yeah.
Tattoos.
And then you kept on getting more tattoos. Like you were the first guy to get a tattoo, right? In the NBA, was it first?
The first one to have tattoos.
Like
tattoos and stuff like that. And it's so funny the fact that the NBA knew once people started getting used to me, they said, okay, great, he got something going right now. And all of a sudden, I started to look at myself totally different, right?
Right.
totally different. I'm like, wow, I'm more famous than Michael Jordan.
You were, in a
Well,
way.
well, I didn't even have to shoot.
I know exactly.
I didn't have to shoot the damn ball. I didn't shoot the damn ball. I said, I'm more famous than him. And then next thing I said, wow, I'm actually somebody. Because before my career, before Chicago,
Yeah.
I was just a regular basketball player.
Right.
And then once I started to evolve in this whole like different culture, this phenomenon, as far as like, oh my God, he got yellow hair, he got blonde hair, he got green hair. Oh my God, what's wrong with this kid? And the kids start to pick it. The kids start to pick it up. They start to like it.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. This came by accident.
I was gonna say, how did it happen? I thought you were in.
By accident. I went to the mall like this right here.
Right.
And some guy pulled me over and said, Dennis, come here. I said, what do you want? He said, I want to do something with your hair. I said, okay, great. I thought he was going to cut it, trim it, and stuff like that. I went to sleep in the barber's chair, and then I woke up. All of a sudden, my hair was blonde. So it was blonde, and next thing you know, I went to San Antonio for like appreciation for the team. So I went and I said, you know what, I guess you guys are going to like me because I'm the devil now. So I took off my hat, and people went nuts.
And they went
So
crazy.
that's how it all started right there. I didn't ask for this.
So did you love the attention that you got from it, and that's why or you just didn't care? Because you don't really care what other people think, right? It's really just about what you want to do, and you just
Right.
don't really care one way or the other, right?
I didn't care.
So then, where was the first tattoo you got? Like where and when, and who were you with anybody in particular? Or you just kind of went to a tattoo parlor and
That's what the tattoo party got my daughter's name. You know, that's a simple symbol. That heart tattoo.
Yeah.
With my daughter's name in it, that crap, so.
all the crap.
That crap right there. I said, whatever, so that little cheap thing.
Yeah.
So I got one of those, and all of a sudden I liked it. Then after that, a couple months later, I started getting more. I got a couple more. Then after that, I got a couple more. Then a couple more. Then all of a sudden, I became almost fully covered.
Oh my! And yeah, I can see it.
Right.
I mean, so okay, let me go back. So now we're talking about you being in the Bulls, which is a great segue because of course I want to ask you. You hear things all the time about you or Michael Jordan not getting along, or this one not Scottie Pippen not getting along. What, like behind the scenes, can you give us a kind of like a couple of good tidbits that maybe none of us know what really kind of went on back there between you guys and?
Yeah, me and Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, we had a bet every day. Had a bet every day that who has the lowest body fat.
Really?
Oh yeah, every day. We all the same size, right? We're 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah.
And every day we go and get our body weight, our body fat check. Michael would be like, this is a true story. Michael would be like 3.2. Scottie would be like 3.3. I'd be like 3.4. But every day we switch.
Wow.
We switch. And people say, how you guys stay so lean and so cut up? Because we had that regiment.
Yeah.
Mindset that routine. Because every day we want to be competitive, and that's to go out there and to show people that we may be 215, 220, or 210, but we are very strong and very lean and very agile.
I love that. So basically, what you're saying is that you had to have, because you guys all had a competitive edge, you had a goal, and every day you knew that one of you you guys wanted to win every day.
Win every day.
So that kind of kept you guys on point to keep on going.
Mentally prepared to keep
Mentally on top of it.
We did stuff like that, crazy stuff like that. We'll do like, okay, great. Who could run the longest?
Who won the most?
Well, we all did.
We all did. Okay.
We all did. I mean, Michael won a little bit, Scottie won a little bit, but as far as we had this competition where we had to run around the court. Who could do it the most, the longest, how much time?
Like running around the track kind of thing, but around the court.
Right, run around.
So who did it the longest? Who did the best?
I did it.
You did?
I did like 27 minutes.
Wow.
That's a long time for basketball players.
It's a very long
That's
time.
a long time. So it's like, hey, so 27 minutes. So but we had this game where we all three run one after each other. So Michael take off, Scottie take off, I'll take off, vice versa, stuff like that. So someone would blow the whistle, so the person that's last has to run around and catch the other two.
Oh, really?
That's the game right there. Had to catch the other two. So basically, okay, great. I'll run and go in front. The next thing you know, we're running. Then Scottie, he got to go in front. This went on for 27 minutes. That thing right there, running like that.
All the time.
Then all of a sudden, the reason why I won because when I got called the last time, so I took off like that. And Mike and Scottie, they stood there and looked at me. I said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm going to get this shit to get over with. So I'm like, I want this shit over with. Fuck, man, I'm tired. So, that's the kind of tremendous we did every day. And we fought each other every day in practice, pretty much. We elbowed each other. Michael would punch people. I'll punch somebody, stuff like that. But every day, it was competitiveness.
Always. And that's why it kept you on your toes.
Right.
So what kind of, so back then, I know you said what you did in college. So did you still do the bike 1 hour,
Oh, yeah.
weights 1 hour a day? Did you eat anything specifically or do anything else like very specifically?
Well, I go to IHOP in the morning.
IHOP?
Go to IHOP in the morning. Yeah, I'm cheap. I'm not cheap, but I love IHOP,
They have good pancakes, I have to say.
Especially when your birthday is free.
Oh, it is? You're telling it to the right person. I'm going to be there for sure now. Thank you for telling me.
Oh, no. So anyway, I eat that in the morning, then I go.
But what did you eat there? They have a whole menu. What did you eat at the what kind of pancake did you eat? What did you have? Eggs? Did you have coffee? What did you eat?
Pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, milk, orange juice, no coffee. Screw coffee. I can't drink coffee, man.
You can't drink coffee?
That's insane, right?
I don't know. I mean, I drink coffee. It doesn't seem to.
I know it, right?
Yeah. Well,
Is it good for you?
Well, I mean, it gives me a little bit of like an edge. It kind of keeps me like focused.
But so basically, the coffee really tricks your mind to understand it. It gives you a little boost.
Yeah, a boost.
Does it trick your mind for that?
I don't think it tricks my mind. I think it gives me a boost for a very finite period of time, and then it kind of just I drop, and then then it kind of.
You think coffee actually give you a boost? I mean,
I think so.
You really think so, right?
I think it's psychological maybe, but I think caffeine gives you a boost. I mean, that's what it's kind of known for, isn't it? Or
That's like what a lot of basketball players, they would eat like Snicker bars.
Yeah, sugar.
Sugar high. So get the energy up.
You know what I find so interesting? Like people like you or you ate like orange, you had milk, oranges. There was no such thing back then, I think, of keto diets and intermittent fasting and like Atkins or you were like you ate like a normal person and you were like a top athlete in the world. I mean, it's like to me.
It's funny, huh?
Yeah, and it's funny how like.
It's funny though, but once you got like in the 90s and stuff like that, my pre-game meal would be like chicken and rice.
Right, basic.
Right before the game. I mean, literally right before the game. After I get off the bike for an hour, I go eat my chicken and rice, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. So,
and then, like, were you watching the tapes to all the rebound to like look at everybody and see what they're doing while you were working out all the time? That was your thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I heard that you were like such a like your work ethic was so beyond a normal person. So that's what I'm trying to like get at. Like, what exactly beyond the workout, beyond watching, were you just focused constantly?
I'm just mentally just there, man. I don't know how I got this way of me being so like I don't want to fail.
I
don't want to fail. So basically, I just keep pushing myself every day, no matter how bad or how it looks, how things are going, stuff like that. I want to keep pushing myself no matter what. That's a mental thing you can't build. You have to really earn that for yourself.
Yes,
I agree. You have to earn that for yourself. You just can't build it. You
right.
just can't build it. Like a building here. No, you just can't build like that. You have to really earn it for yourself.
Right.
And once you start to get addicted to it, you start to like it.
Absolutely. That's how you build any good habits and routines in life, right? It's like doing it over and over and over again where it becomes like second nature to you. Right, where you don't know any different. When you don't do it, it feels weird, right? Right. And also, I think not to like psychoanalyze you, but it sounds like because you are so fearful of maybe in your brain, you're scared of like going back to where you came from.
Oh, yeah.
So it pushed you to stay and like really work harder and harder than anybody else. Right. I mean, that makes sense to me, but.
Right.
So then, let me ask you something, because I mean, obviously, a couple things. Number one, I'll save the internet. I'll shave the North Korea thing till like the last thing, because I know I know everyone's like waiting. I know, but what I'd like to know is about Madonna. Madonna. Because, I mean, that was my era.
Oh, was she like 60 now, 65?
Like 105. I have no
idea.
idea.
This woman's old, huh?
She's old, but
right.
But I mean, at the time, she was the hottest thing on the planet in terms of like her reach and her popularity. Right. And that's my era, so I'm going to ask you. But because her work she's like someone I admire because of her, till this day, her discipline, her work ethic. Is that why you guys kind of maybe got along or connected? Because you both had that same, number one, I don't give a crap attitude how other people see us, and the work ethic you both kind of have, or what was the connecting point? Be honest.
Be honest.
Be honest, yeah.
Well, her career was going down. That's the truthful thing right there.
Really?
Because no one really gave it anything about Madonna at that time. And she needed something to boost her career back up, like a bad boy. Because she loved bad boys.
Yes.
So basically, I was a bad boy in the NBA. So basically, she basically came and to San Antonio and chased me down.
Do you think that she, in her brain, like she kind of was strategic about it? She said, "My career is going down the tubes.
Pretty much.
I need to go get that guy."
Oh, yeah.
You think so? Did she ever tell you that?
I know so.
She said that to you.
I know so, but like I said, I'm not trying to put her down and stuff like that.
No.
She's cool as hell to me.
I think
we're
that's
still
smart.
cool.
It's smart.
We're still cool, but it's amazing though when she used to like sing to me all and stuff like that. I used to say, "Man, what are you doing?" She said, "What? I'm just singing to you." I said, "You know what? I don't like your music. You know this crap."
You said that to her?
That's why I told her that right in her face. I said, "This bubble gum." That's why I told her. I said, "Who's bubble gum? I can't listen to this shit." Stuff like that. So I just leave, take off and say, "Okay, where you going?" I can't listen to this. I got to go somewhere else and do something, right? But but she was attracted to me because of who I was, and
Right.
I made her kind of feel in a certain way. But we lasted for like a couple of years. And after that, I moved on to bigger and better things. Carmen Electra.
I was gonna bring up Carmen Electra too. Don't
Nothing.
you worry. You're getting a little ahead of me right here,
I'm not
because
getting ahead of you. I'm just giving you the whole list.
oh,
The whole list.
I want the whole list.
You want the whole list?
Yeah, go ahead. I want the whole list. Go,
Okay.
Madonna, Carmen Electra,
Sharon Stone,
Sharon Stone,
Cindy
Craw-
Crawford.
Cindy Crawford. Okay, I like that one.
like that
You
one?
heard it here first, everyone. All right.
Jenny McCarthy.
Who? Oh, Jenny McCarthy.
Right.
These are all the oldies but goodies. Yeah, who else?
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out now. I forgot her name. It's been long. Oh, shit. Well, I dated Jeannie Bunce for 2 years.
Oh, you did?
People don't even know that,
They do know that or don't know that?
but she knew that.
No, she knew it, but did
She-
anyone
she-
else? I know
She knew that, but yeah, I
Did
did.
anyone else know it?
I dated Jeannie Bunce for 2 years.
Wow. Okay. How was that relationship?
It was cool.
So who else did you date in that list? I had no idea about Cindy Crawford. I had no idea about some of these. Actually, Jenny McCarthy. I feel like she gets around a little bit. Who else? Oops. But I should be
That's a
careful.
Chicago girl, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I did a couple porn stars.
Oh yeah. Right. That was what was her name? I saw that, of course. The big one that everyone knows about. What's her name?
Kendra?
Not Kendra.
Oh, you mean, what's her name? I forget the old one.
Jenna Jameson. That was the one I thought of. No? Yeah, her too.
Well, really?
I don't know. That's what I saw. You tell me. It was your life. It was not me.
Yes, that's my life. There's been so many girls, man.
I can only
So
imagine.
many girls because of being an athlete, who you are. But whatever, I don't care.
I know.
I liked it. Do you like it?
Did I? I liked it. It's fine. Thank you.
Okay, yeah.
So then, of all those girls, who was your favorite? Carmen Electra? No. Who? I don't want to. I don't.
Let me see. There's been a few more, but I can't think of them. I'd say me and Carmen.
Carmen?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Oh, I guess I can. I guess I can figure that one out for myself, actually.
Not really, because this is a good story too. We was over in Sunset Boulevard. I was coming to play the Lakers. Chicago was, and we went to a club called Key Club. And I was at the bar. And my friend said, "Dennis, I got some girl you need to meet right now. She's fucking hot as hell." I said, "Okay, great. All right, great." So I go to the bar. I'm sitting at the bar, and this girl walks up. So like this tall, right? She walks up and she said, "Hi, Dennis." I said, "How you doing?" "My name is Carmen." I said, "Great. How you doing?" Pretty much like that. But just like that, she's standing right there, right? So we at the end of the night, by 2 o'clock, we go downstairs in the basement, another party, stuff like that. She comes downstairs, then all of a sudden she comes and sits on my lap. I said, "Great." She said, "You know who I am?" I said, "No." I said, "Your name is Carmen, right?" "Yeah, okay, great, Carmen Electra, great, cool." So it's a great story. So it's a great fucking story. So anyway, so we played the game the next day, Sunday. 2 days later, I get a phone call in Chicago at my house, and it said, it's her PR person and stuff like this. Said, "Dennis, Carmen wants to come see you." I said, "All right, great." So 2 days later, she comes to see me. The next thing you know, she comes to my house, had all these bags, right? So she comes in the house, And as she comes in the house, about 2 hours later, the phone rings. And I said, okay, great, hello. He says, is Carmen there? I said, yeah. I said, who is this? This is a boyfriend. I was like, what? Your boyfriend? Boyfriend, like, you dating her? She said, yeah. Is she there? I said, yeah, she's right here. So I had to hand her the phone. She said to him, she said, hey, she said, I forgot to tell you, I broke up with you, so goodbye.
Are you serious?
Yep, that was a true story right there.
Wow.
I said, then I asked her, I said, how in the hell you do that? She said, you know what? I waited till you went to sleep. I opened the bathroom, went through my bag, so I jumped out the window and got in the cab. True story.
Get out, really? Wow.
True story. Kind of weird, right?
I like that story, actually. Right? That's a good one.
How'd you meet your husband?
My husband?
Yeah.
Is this your podcast, interviewing me?
I don't know.
How did I meet my husband?
Right.
I met him at a dinner party.
Right.
And it's a good story, too. Want me to tell you that story?
I want to know.
All right. Well, I actually had another boyfriend that we broke up the night before. And my friend was...
You got one. There you go. See, you being bad, too, huh?
You don't even know. And long story short, not to bore everyone, because no one really cares about my story here. They're here for you. But he was the empty chair that was for my ex-boyfriend that I was dating before. Some girl brought him for her, and then we ended up dating after that.
So you like Darren Prince over there, right? You just like
Darren Prince, my favorite. Here he goes.
You know, Darren would take a girl to like Hawaii, right? he'll take a girl to Hawaii, right? And he'll get this nice picture with these dolphins and stuff like that. So if he don't like the girl he took to Hawaii that weekend, so like 6 months from now, he'll erase the girl's face off that picture and put another girl on that picture. Took the girl to the same place. Took her to the same place, you know. That guy right there.
So that's hilarious. Not to embarrass Darren Prince. Yeah, Darren Prince is Dennis's agent and partner in crime, and now my partner in crime too. Right. Who actually came on this podcast a couple of months ago, this podcast, to promote his book Aiming High, which is a good book. Everyone should read it. Yes, is that true, Darren? Is that what you do? You just kind of like interchange the girl you take to Hawaii?
He used to. Now he's a born-again Christian. Are you a Christian?
I love it.
No.
I love
it. He's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. Okay, I have a couple. Okay, I know we're probably crushed for time, so I need to get to North Korea because I just need to, right?
It costs you like $10,000.
What?
You want to go to North Korea, right?
I wasn't planning on it. Why? Do you want to take me?
You said, I want to get to North Korea. It costs you $10,000.
It cost me $10,000.
It cost you $10,000, okay?
You're very funny. I like your. That was very quick. That was very good. I like it. Actually, I don't want. I would be scared to go, but I'm gonna basically take your word for what happens there. But right. I'm curious. I know you get asked these questions all the time. That's why I'm like, I feel like I've seen you been asked these questions, and then I was like, do I ask him because everyone else does, but I have to. Right. So you're like very good friends with him, and I know you went there because he asked Michael Jordan first, right?
Right.
He said no.
He said no.
Then he asked Scottie Pippen second.
Yep,
he said no. And then you said, I don't care, I'll go.
I'll go.
Right?
Right.
And then, okay, so now you're there. And then, like, how do you go from, like, just meeting the guy who doesn't speak English, right?
Right now.
To then, like, literally being, like, the international diplomat where you're going to save the country, basically.
Well, you know, it's amazing, though. I didn't know anything about North Korea. I thought I was just going for, like, an autograph show. That's what I swear to God. I thought I was just going for autograph appearance, take pictures and stuff like that. They have no clue about North Korea.
Wow. And then so you're like, were you like, was it like a rude awakening for you, right? Like you must have been shocked or not really?
Not really. I'm used to that. You know, I lived in the ghetto, honey. I seen it all.
I guess that's true. Like to you, what do you care?
Seen it all. So basically, when I went over there, dude, basically it was more like, just watch yourself, Dennis. Be careful what you say. Make sure you bow and stuff like that. I said, all right, great, whatever. So I get off the plane, and next thing you know, you got all these diplomats lined up in the red carpet.
Wow.
I thought I was the president.
Right.
At that point, I was like, damn, the president or something? They had all these diplomats. They're clapping.
Amazing.
I said, great. So basically, I went there. I sat there in front of like 100 people in the square room, white room, and I sat in the middle right there. We just talked for like a couple hours and stuff like that. And what's my reason for coming over here? But are you wishing to achieve something? I'm like, no, I just You asked me to come, I came. So basically, I think the fact that when I went over there, I think the fact that he loved basketball so much, he couldn't get to go anywhere besides Switzerland. So he loved basketball so much, basically, he couldn't get Michael, couldn't get Scottie, but he got me, of all people. So, and I think the first time we started talking, we got along so well.
Like
so
this?
Just like this, pretty much like this, like this. He just laughed and joked the whole time. That's all we did.
Really?
I had 2 interpreters. He had 2 interpreters. So we just sit there and laugh and stuff like that. Had a couple of drinks and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, we started singing karaoke.
Wow. And is it true that you guys sang James Brown?
Oh yeah.
He-
Get up, get on up, get up, get on up, get on the scene, get on up, like a second machine, get on up.
Get on up.
Get up,
Oh, God,
get
you don't
on
want
up.
me to sing. You don't want me to sing.
So yeah, that's basically, we started singing James Brown, stuff like, and they love, I swear to God, they love one song particular. One damn song. I keep telling these guys, quit playing that fucking song, man.
What song?
It's that theme from Dallas.
Dallas?
I swear to God, that's every time the band start playing. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
Really?
They played it every other 5 minutes. I'm like, God, would you guys quit playing this shit? It's
Really?
Like in the 80s, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I swear that's the only song they wanted to play.
See, why?
I don't know, dude. I have no clue.
So they're not playing like Jay-Z or Beyonce or
They have
anything
no,
like that?
They have no clue about rap.
They don't?
No.
Nothing. Okay, they don't. How about like pop, like Madonna? Would they be playing Madonna?
Yeah, they know their music like that, yeah.
They would?
Stuff like that, but they don't really, you know. It's been 7 years I've been. I mean, it's been 7 years since I've been going. I was
Right.
last year, year and a half ago. But they keep asking me every month to come back over. But you know that guy in the White House.
Oh, yeah, that
you know,
guy. Yep, I know that guy.
That guy in the
Yeah.
White House. So
Yep,
you know,
that
so
guy.
He won't lift that embargo or whatever. So once he do that, I'm gonna be right over there.
Wow. So, okay, so what do you got besides karaoke? Is there any like thing that I haven't seen you talk? Like I know you do karaoke. I saw you were on you were on jet skis.
Right.
You're like on his private island. Okay, what besides those things? Give me one thing that you did on that island that you haven't told anyone. Like give me one nugget, one thing that will be like, oh wow.
Well, he has a little daughter, right?
Oh, I didn't.
When she was born, I think I was the first guy, American individual, to hold any of the siblings at that age, at 2 months years old. She was 2 months.
And you were holding her.
Holding the whole time for like 2 hours. I bought her like a little Rodman jersey.
Really?
Put it on like that, and we took pictures, all of us, the whole family.
That's cute.
All right, stuff like that. So basically, it's a lot of little things that people don't know, but the things I've been talking about, North Korea has came true, and it's funny though how Donald Trump is taking all this credit. I'm like, he's taking all this damn credit. I said, I don't care who take the credit, just talk to the guy. And all of a sudden, when you see him on TV, they head to head like this, you even see him laughing with Donald.
Right.
So you see him laughing stuff like that with Donald. And I'll try to tell people this, the fact that he's not a dangerous guy. See, he really don't want war. It's the fact that he just want to be fair, for people to be fair with him. You know, because it's like saying, okay, great. If you separate yourself from society in the world, and you're the only country in the world, and you're fighting against everybody else, I mean, you'll feel kind of difficult too, right? I mean, this has been going on for a long time.
Yes.
And I told people, I said, Kim Jong-Un didn't create this fucking mess. His grandfather and father did that.
Right, so he's just part of the generation.
He's just part of the generation. That's pretty much what it is. You know, so basically, he's trying to change.
You think he is trying to change?
He's trying to change, because I don't know any leader, supreme leader in North Korea will go to Singapore and go in the streets and start doing selfies.
Do you think
Did you see that?
I did see that.
Did you see that?
But I don't know.
So they're not doing selfies to himself and having a good time.
But I think because okay, but then not to get too political, because that's probably not.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, no, well, okay.
Go
But
ahead.
like, how about all the stuff that he's been accused of, like murder, rape, and all the other things that you really, I mean, it's proof about it, right? Like, it's just how he's taking a selfie, he's also killing people in his own place and, you know, killing and murdering and everything else.
Like I said, I don't want to get too much into it either, but I think the fact is, every time you hear about stuff like that, it's what you hear. You don't see it. You hear it. Because the people that's corresponding over there right now, they don't even see it.
Have you asked him about that stuff or no?
Nah, that's not my place.
Right. You don't want to say that.
I don't want to go that deep like that. We're friends. That's the most important thing. We're friends. And the only thing I say, like I said, I don't love the guy. I just like the guy because he gives me hospitality.
Right.
You know,
It's on the surface.
It's on the surface, right?
It's the surface. You
There's
guys
no deeper
have
than
fun together.
That's
You guys karaoke. You go jet skiing. You hold his baby and give her a Rodman shirt.
But you know what's funny though?
What?
And I tell stories like this all the time. I said, would it be funny as hell if I went to a basketball game, and I had Kim Jong-Un sit right beside me, and people wouldn't even believe it.
People would not believe it. No.
They wouldn't even believe it. They think it's a joke.
Yes. That's why this whole thing is so crazy. I mean,
It's just funny, right?
it's crazy. I mean, you went from like being arrested over 70 times in your life to now being this international diplomat, where like literally, like you're the biggest and best connection to our biggest, not I would hate to say enemy, but like North Korea, right? And I think that you become like a superhero in some ways, like another thing that you've kind of transcended.
Right. It's like when Donald went back over there again, he really didn't get anything accomplished because I'm thinking that when Donald went back over there, Donald was asking for so much shit. He said no.
Right. Why didn't they send you? You should have gone instead.
That's what happened. I think Donald wanted to ask for a whole lot of stuff, and then not to give him anything back in return. So basically, I think that's where they stood right there.
So do you think that they are going to maybe send you there to kind of get?
I'm gonna go back soon. You know, like I say, you know, I go back over there because I'm gonna do another basketball game for him for his birthday. So he likes that. So
You're gonna play basketball for him?
I play
Basketball with him ever, even though it's probably not like a great game.
That's how we got started. We started playing horse at his basketball court. That's how we got together.
Really?
Playing horse. Yeah. So we was playing horse. I beat him a couple of times. He beat me a couple of times.
Will you come to my house and play basketball with my kid?
You got a kid?
I got 2 kids.
What, they have right there?
Well, that's one kid over there.
Right.
And then my other
Right there.
kid, the boy would want to play. I mean, that'd be kind of a cool thing, right? Like to play basketball.
Right.
Would you come?
Yeah, I would.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that.
Huh?
I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to ask you off this to
So
come
can
over.
I be Jewish and ask for like 10,000?
You can.
Can I be Jewish? Can I ask for $10,000? You know.
You can ask. But
Appearance-
I'm not sure you're going to get very far.
Appearance fee.
But you can ask.
Appearance fee.
I can give you. How about 10,000 pennies? How about that?
That's cool.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I have a few rapid fire questions for you. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Here we go. Who is your best friend?
Today?
Yes, today.
No, today.
Today.
Damn, that's hard, huh?
Yeah, that's why they're called rapid fire. They got to go fast though.
Well, my best friend probably, my kids probably.
Okay, that's fair. And then, what advice would you give the 15-year-old you?
What advice?
What advice?
Don't go to jail.
Don't go to jail. All right. And then we got to wrap up. They're giving me all these like signs, like get out of here.
Right.
So one more thing. What has been a blessing in disguise for you?
Finding the right people in my life.
That's a good one. I like that one. Well, okay, because we have to go, we got to wrap it up. I want to say,
Money here, huh?
I want to say thank you so much. You've been a doll, and so thank you. And I would love to do this again sometime. And well, will you come over
in New York?
in New York?
Okay.
Sure, in New York. I'll go to New York.
Times Square?
Sure.
Times Square,
There
right
you
there.
go.
On the steps?
Sure.
Steps, okay, let's do that.
All right. I'm going
All
to
right.
hold you to that.
Summertime.
I'm going to arrange that with Darren Prince, okay?
Right here, right?
All right, good.
Cool.
Thank you so much. I've
Cool.
had a great time. Where would people find you? Just Dennis Rodman, Twitter? Oh, you don't really love social media, I know, but if they want to know what's going on in your life, where can they find you? Google?
Probably Santa Monica, Sunset Boulevard. Sunset Boulevard. It's over there at the Abbey. That's where you can find me. I'm a cool local guy, man. I don't care, man.
I love it.
So I'm just like these people here, man. I love being out, having a good time, stuff like that. I used to be famous. I'm just normal, living life again.
Yeah, you're really normal. The most normal they've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm normal. So, but anyway, you can find me all around the world. You can find me through Darren Prince. You can find me through there. You can find me through all my websites and stuff like that around the world. So it's 150 of them. So.
Yeah, wow. All right. Oh, whoops. I thought the time. Okay, quickly. Are you working on anything right now? Fast? Nothing? Yes? Or something? Anything big?
But after this, I got to do my podcast over there on Sunset Boulevard. So
Okay,
That's
then
what I
I'll be
had
your
to do.
guest.
You'll be my guest?
Perfect. Yes. It's like, yeah, tit for tat.
Tit for tat,
Yeah,
right?
I like it.
You know, before we leave, I don't even know what the hell you do. Seriously, I don't know what you do.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you after.
I'm doing your show. I don't even know who the hell you are.
I know. I'll tell you right. Darren should have told you.
I know who you are. I know who you are.
Thank you so much. It was really great having
cool,
you.
baby,
Thank
cool.
you. You're good.
All
But
right.
bye, guys.
All right. All right.
I love it.